In this lesson, we're going to take a look at two other really important date functions in Excel, and that is Workday and Network Days. We're also going to take a look at the .intl version of both of these functions, and I'll explain more what that is and what the difference is when we get to that. Now first, let's just start out with the Workday function. Now you'll notice in this first table, we have a list of task names for phase 1 of a project. And this is an app development project. So we've got stuff in here like define project goals, gather functional and non-functional requirements, analyze users' needs and expectations. And you'll notice in column B, we have the start date for each of those tasks. And in column C, we have the number of work days that it's going to take to complete each of the tasks. Now, when we say work days, we're talking about Monday to Friday. It's not including weekends. Now, what I want to do in column E is calculate the proposed finish date based off the start date and the number of work days it's going to take, excluding the weekends, obviously. And this is where we can utilize the workday function. So if we type in workday, it's the top one in the list. Let's just press the tab key. Take a look at the arguments. Now we have 3 arguments. The first 2 are mandatory. The last one is optional. And we're going to use that in a moment. Let's just deal with these first 2 arguments first of all. Start date, well, as is in cell B4, comma, number of days, as is in cell C4. Close the bracket, Control, Enter. And then we can double click to copy this down, and we now have the finish date for each of these tasks. Now in this formula, we didn't utilize that final option. So if we double click and take a look at that final option, you can see that it says holidays. Now what we could do is, if we purely wanted to find out what the finish date is when we're excluding weekends, which the workday function does, but also excludes any holiday dates, then this is where we would use this final argument. Now notice here on the right hand side, I have a little table that lists out all of the holidays in the UK, and these are public holidays. So maybe I want to incorporate these dates into my function so that we're not working on those days either. This is where we would use that final argument. So I'm going to do this in the formula bar just here. I'm going to press comma, and then we just simply need to select the days in question, like so, G4 to G13. Now I don't want these dates to move as I copy this formula down, so I'm going to make sure that I lock them by pressing F4. Hit enter, and then we can double click to copy down, and we've now incorporated any public holidays into our formula. So that is what you can use the workday function for. Now notice here in column D, I have a title, Workdays, and then INTL in brackets. So what does that mean? Well, if we click in here and type in equals workday, notice that the second formula down is a different version of that workday formula. And if you take a look at the screen tip, it says returns the serial number of the date before or after a specified number of work days with custom weekend parameters. And that's the crucial part here that makes it different from the workday function. We can customize which days we determine to be weekends. So it's called the .intl or international formula because other countries have weekend days that aren't Saturday or Sunday. So we could use this formula just here. We select the start date, comma, the number of work days, and then we get to define our weekend. So I know there are quite a few countries, particularly in the Middle East, where Friday and Saturday is actually the weekend. So I could choose that one instead, and then I could also add in any holidays if I wanted to. Now, I'm not going to do that in this case. Let's close the bracket, Control Enter, and then we can double click to copy down. You can see I don't have the correct formatting applied, so let's apply short date formatting, and there I get my result. So you can see here for this first one, the finish date when we're using Workdays International is different from the finish date when we're simply using the workday function because of that weekend parameter. Now, a common question that I always get with this function is, okay, well, effectively we're defining weekend days, so days that we're not working. But what if I'm a shift worker, or what if I only work part-time? How can I specify in this formula my personal days off? So let's go up to the formula bar and edit our formula, because instead of defining what our weekend is, I want to be very specific about which days are working and which days are non-working. Now, I need to open up a pair of quote marks just here. And what we're going to say is that when it's a work day, we want a 0. When it's a non-working day, we want a 1. So maybe I only work on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So Monday is a non-working day, Tuesday is a work day, Wednesday is a work day, and the rest of the week are non-work days. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's close our quote marks and hit enter. So now when we double click to copy this formula down, notice that all of those dates are updated. And these are now a lot further in the future because we're effectively only working 2 days a week. So that is how you can be very specific when it comes to non-working and working days. And just to finish up this lesson, if we scroll down, you can see we have another small table here. And this time we have the start date and the end date. And what we're trying to work out is the number of days that each of these tasks is going to take to complete. And for this, we use the network days function. Now notice here the arguments, start date, end date, and it's optional if we want to include holidays. So we just want to select start date, comma, end date, comma, and let's include the holidays. Why not? I'm going to select this cell range, F4, because we don't want those to move, close the bracket, Control Enter. And then we can double click to copy down. Again, I've got date formatting applied to these cells. So I need to change that to general so I can see the number of days each of these tasks is going to take to complete. And the international version of Network Days is exactly as you would expect. So if we choose networkdays.intl, we just have that additional weekend argument in here. And this is where we can define our weekend days, or as we did in the previous example, use ones and zeros to specify working or non-working days. So let's just finish this up. Start date, comma, end date, weekend, we're going to say our weekend is Sunday and Monday, and then let's include the holidays this time. I'm going to select all of these, F4, close the bracket, Control Enter, and double click to copy down.
If you're not a subscriber, click down below to subscribe so you get notified about similar videos we upload. To see the full course that this video came from, click over there. And click over there to see more videos from Simon Says It.